Hello and welcome to Multimodal 2021. I'm here now with Clare Bottle, Chief Executive of the UK Warehousing Association, and we're going to be talking about matters in general for the association. So right now, what are the big challenges facing the UK Warehousing Association?
Well, I think for our members there are probably three areas that I'd touch upon, and two of them are going to be covered in our seminar programme here at Multimodal. So this afternoon we'll be talking about going green and going digital. And I would add a third, which is a short-term problem that we've found to be worse and worse since Brexit, and that's the shortage of labour availability. There's been a lot of talk about HGV drivers, but I think we're also seeing problems in recruiting warehouse operatives and forklift truck drivers.
Okay. What steps are in play to address these issues?
Well, on going green, I think there's a tendency for logistics companies to focus very much on transport, and that does make sense because transport is a high proportion of carbon emissions. But there are also some great opportunities to make warehouses greener. In temperature controlled warehousing, then it's pretty obvious that that's quite an energy intensive aspect of the business. But there are also opportunities with lighting, with the electrification of MHE. So on the green agenda, I would definitely prioritise those. In terms of the labour issues that I was touching upon, there are a couple of things that we're doing at the UK Warehousing Association that I'd like to mention. So one of them is a partnership that we've just started with an organisation called Tempus Novo, and they work with people in prison, training them on warehouse skills so that warehouses can recruit ex-offenders. And when people leave prison, the reoffending rates are quite high if they're unemployed or don't have housing. But those two factors of housing and employment can make a huge difference to people's lives as ex-offenders after they leave prison. So we're working with Tempus Novo. Similarly, we're working with organisations that help those with learning difficulties and with disabilities like Down syndrome, to try and be more imaginative about the talent pools that we recruit from in warehousing.
And you sound very socially aware. That's a good thing to be. Do you think this will solve all of the labour shortages, or?
It's difficult to say. I would definitely agree with the sentiment of your question, which is that at this stage those pilots are quite small, but the prison population, the population of people with disabilities who are unemployed, I think people with Down syndrome, only about 6% are in paid employment at the moment. So there is quite a big pool there, and we've got demonstrable evidence that warehousing work can be a really successful option.
That sounds great work. Can you see opportunities for your members in this crisis? What can they do?
Well, I would say, yeah, I definitely can. At the moment, we've seen growth in warehousing in every single sector. And of course, the biggest sector, which is causing the most consternation, is the growth of e-commerce. And there are opportunities there for activities that used to take place on the high street being forced back up the supply chain into warehouses. But going back to the green topic that I mentioned earlier about environmental sustainability, I think there's also potentially a new role for warehouses in the circular economy, where you might find, for example, more repairs or upcycling activities taking place at the warehouse to reduce unnecessary transport miles and to use goods and commodities more efficiently, effectively, and more environmentally.
So this will change the traditional role of the warehouse as most people will perceive it. So that's an opportunity that your members are going to grasp.
I think so. With the growth of e-commerce, we've already seen that the processing of returns is an important part of what warehouses do. And these ideas about upcycling and repairing just build upon that concept, which has already been well proven to be something that takes place in warehouses effectively.
Okay, so how long does the UK Warehousing Association, where do you need to be heading in a nutshell? Where are we going from here? We know the challenges, we know the opportunities. Where do you want to go from here?
So the UK Warehousing Association is a fantastic trade body, a great voice for the industry, and we'd love to welcome more members. One of the reasons we're here at Multimodal is to make sure that we are high profile and to encourage those who are not currently members of our organisation to join. with that membership growth come opportunities for us to share best practice and to create a sense of community. So some of the best practices might be around going green, going digital, dealing with the challenges in labour shortages, and all of those we can do better when we collaborate together under the auspices of the Trade Association.
So if somebody isn't a member, they should really consider joining because of these challenges ahead and the fact that you're looking to meet these challenges and progress.
That's exactly right, and I've only touched on a few topics. That there's lots more benefits to membership, please.
Well, mention a couple more, please. Mention a couple more.
So we have some helplines. For example, we have a helpline on HR support. We have helplines for issues with customs and excise. We also have legal partners who provide a very robust set of terms and conditions that third-party logistics operators can use as part of their warehousing contracts.
Thank you, Claire. And I look forward to seeing you again next year at Multimodal 2022.
Thank you very much.